COVID-19 has changed the way we live, with the daily checking of statistics forming part of the new normal for many of us. At the start of the pandemic, the public would tune in at 4 p.m. daily to hear the latest numbers. But 6 months on, are you still routinely following the local COVID-19 statistics?
Sometimes. If someone's talking about it, maybe I'll have a look online, but not all the time. Good that they do update the public, because I think the public they should know.
Look, and I worry when they're going up.
Just to check, just to check.
Look up the statistics sometimes on my mobile, but not very often.
Gibraltar currently ranks third in the world for testing per capita, according to Worldometer. As of Monday, almost 45,000 tests had been carried out. But how many people have actually been tested for COVID-19? Following GBC questions, the government has revealed that 44% of the ROC's population has been tested for COVID-19 since swabbing began back in March, based on the population being 34,000. Of the 45,855 tests done by Monday, 64% of these have been on residents and 36% on non-residents. And of those tests done, 22,452 people have been tested. But let's break down that number further. 15,011 residents and 7,441 non-resident individuals have been tested. The government attributes the difference in number of tests done and individuals tested to its frontline targeted and systematic sampling. Many of those screened are tested on a rolling basis, so there are repeat tests on individuals, leading to the total number of tests exceeding the number of individuals tested.
Statistics are always open to interpretation. I would like them back on my phone daily.
I think that most people do realise what's going on and they do understand what is said, But it's a question of keeping our fingers crossed and hoping for the best.
It is confusing at times, yes.
Why?
Well, because you don't really know what's happening, and you see so many people walking around.
Loads of people in social media do tend to speak about the COVID situation, so it's a thing that I do like to keep up with it every day.
The government removed non-residents from its list of active cases on the 31st of August. Before this date, the number of active cases, in addition to the number of recoveries, totaled the number of confirmed cases. Since then, there has been a daily discrepancy. GBC asked for clarification. The government replied that non-residents are still included in the daily number of confirmed cases, but not the active ones. Non-residents tested in Gibraltar are also included in the number of total tests done, test results pending, test results received, and recovered cases daily. Back in April, we were receiving statistics on the number of cases on the COVID ward, the intensive care unit, and in elderly residential services. Then in July, they stopped. GBC has asked the government to provide it with these daily statistics and others. Last week, in answer to GBC questions, the government revealed 3 individuals were in hospital with COVID-19. We asked the government if confusion surrounding the way daily stats are presented could undermine its efforts to be transparent. It says all the data is as it was. It adds the only difference is that it no longer includes those who live in Spain within our case numbers, as not only do they self-isolate in Spain, and the figures would be duplicated, but they also make our prevalent cases higher than they might otherwise be. The government says due to daily cross-border flows, we need to differentiate those who live here from those who are moving back and forth. The numbers are an important part of understanding how the ROC is grappling with the virus, but it's not just about statistics.
I'm scared. I'm an old man now. And I've had another heart operation about 3 months ago. And I feel a bit scared. Scared that children don't seem to care about older people, and that's a big problem.
I would say the vast majority of the grandchildren who would come to the grandparents are not coming. So, chapeau to that younger generation who is more conscious than we tend to imagine, much more conscious.
The picture is continuously moving, but the numbers provide a daily snapshot of how the virus is affecting Gibraltar. And while the figures are creeping up worldwide, they will undoubtedly dominate conversations within our social bubbles.